Hello, everybody, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and we hope by now you're very excited about football or soccer. This is the World Cup time of year, so this comes every 4 years, actually. And we've got a lesson all about it.
That's right. So as everyone may or may not have heard, we are actually in the middle of the World Cup. And as you say, it's a football or soccer competition. Now, soccer is only used in the United States.
That's right. It's used in the United States, although football can be confusing in a place like Australia, where they have two different games that are called football.
That's right. So it's a little bit difficult at times to tell someone that you play football and they think you play American football or Australian football or soccer. So it's a little bit confusing.
It can be, yeah.
All right, so we have a great lesson all about the World Cup. We're going to explain a little bit, and so let's listen to the dialogue for the very first time.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? What am I doing? Don't you know what day it is?
No.
It's only the day when the world's biggest sporting event is kicking off.
What?
The World Cup. The first match is today. It's Mexico versus South Africa. It's going to be a really good match. Both teams have a very strong offense and have skilled players. I think that South Africa will probably dominate the first half since they are the host country and all.
I have no idea what you're talking about. The only sporting event we watch at home is the Super Bowl.
This is bigger than the Super Bowl, man. Teams from 32 countries compete against each other every 4 years and fight to win that trophy. They first start in a group stage with 8 groups, each group having 4 teams. The top 2 teams pass on to an elimination stage before going on to the semifinals and the quarterfinals.
Sounds interesting, but soccer doesn't really appeal to me.
Are you kidding? Over 700 million people watch the final match of the 2006 World Cup. It's a very exciting and nerve-wracking sport. Each nation is cheering on their team, hoping they will become the next champion. So far, Brazil is the team with the most titles under their belt. They're really good.
All I know about soccer is that you can't use your hands and that players are always falling down trying to get a free kick or penalty kick. It seems like a sissy sport to me.
Whatever. I'm going to go watch the opening match.
All right, we're back. So obviously, 2 people discussing or fighting over the World Cup and soccer. One of them doesn't really like it. But he came up with some really interesting points and explained a couple of interesting things. So let's take a look at some of that vocab on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
So, okay, the very first phrase here is a very important one. We're talking about sports. This game is called a sporting event.
That's right. So a sporting event is an event, I guess you would say, is a performance or something that happens occasionally, but related to sports.
That's right. So an event can be a game itself or a tournament. You've heard maybe of, well, the UEFA Cup, that's the European Federation of Football or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So basically you have this tournament for European soccer teams, but World Cup is also an event, and a very important game could also be an event. So this basically means a sporting match or a sporting competition.
That's right. Now it may sound confusing as to why you put the ing in sport. It should be maybe sports event or sport event. But I'm not really sure why we add the gerund to sporting event. We
always just say it this way. It's a set phrase. So let's remember that it's sporting event. This is the world's most important sporting event, for example.
Okay, very good. Now we went in, we talked about the first match, Mexico versus South Africa. And they're talking about the teams and how they both have a very strong offense.
Okay, so offense is a part of the team. Basically, it's a group of players who are trying to score.
That's right.
Okay, so when you're good at offense, it means you're good at scoring. Mm-hmm. And the opposite of offense is what?
Defense.
Defense. So offense, defense. Mm-hmm. You can say they have a very strong defense. That means that it's very hard to score against them because their defenders, their goalies, they're all very strong.
That's right. So we're talking about an offense and a defense, both very important parts of a team. And so the guy continued and made a little bit of a prediction saying that South Africa will probably dominate the first half.
Okay, so you know that football matches are split into halves. You have first half and second half. To dominate here means to be stronger than someone else.
So to control the ball or to have possession or to be the one that is the strongest team on the field.
That's right. So you can dominate by having a very strong defense, or you can dominate by having a very strong offense, or both. Dominate means be stronger than.
That's right. Okay, now let's move on to the other guy who doesn't really like soccer. And he says, I have no idea what you're talking about. All I know is that I watch the Super Bowl.
Okay, now this is a very American thing, the Super Bowl.
That's right.
We mentioned earlier that in America, most people call the game soccer, not football. Well, that's because in America, we have a different game called football.
That's right.
And so the Super Bowl is like the most important game in the football world. It's the game that happens every year at the very end of the season.
That's right. So this is what we usually call American football. So you've probably seen it on TV as well. And the Super Bowl is basically the name of the final sporting event of American football. Just like we have World Cup, we have the Super Bowl.
And the winner of the Super Bowl is the best team that year.
That's right. All right, so now let's go on to explain a little bit about how the World Cup works. The guy went on to explain that there are 32 countries competing, and basically we have 3 parts: an elimination stage, a semifinals, and quarterfinals.
Okay, so basically this describes the different levels, because obviously 32 teams can't compete for one trophy at first. You have to make the numbers smaller. So 32 becomes 16, becomes 8, becomes 4, becomes 2.
That's right.
And so we have different groups for these. The first one is the elimination stage, when some teams lose and they go home.
That's right.
And after that, then we have a quarterfinals. So what is quarterfinals?
The quarterfinals are when you have 8 teams that are basically the top 8 teams of the competition, and they will play against one other opponent. So the winner passes on to the next stage, which would be the
semifinals. Well, the math makes sense because quarter has to do with 4, right?
That's right.
So in the quarterfinals, 8 teams become 4. And in the semifinals, 4 teams become 2.
That's right.
And then what happens after the semifinals?
And then we have the final, where basically the 2 top teams will compete against each other, and there will be one champion.
USA! US! And this is when it gets very nationalistic. People are very proud of their countries.
Of course, of course. And so this basically is what happens and how we get our champion. And, well, now let's explain a little bit very quickly about 2 things that happen in the game during gameplay, when we have a free kick and a penalty kick.
Okay, so a kick, you just kick the ball. But sometimes when the ball goes out of bounds, or when a player is injured or there's a foul, then that player or his teammate can take a special kick. All right, and so a free kick is just a kick from anywhere, right? A free kick is a kick that you get basically according to the referee, who says, okay, stop the game. He's going to kick from inside the lines.
That's right. So wherever you are fouled, wherever somebody maybe hit you wrong or something happened, from that position you will kick freely towards the goal or wherever you want.
You can pass to your other players as well.
That's right.
But a penalty kick is a bit different because you have to be in a special place when you do it.
That's right. A penalty kick is when you are fouled inside the box, what they call, is in the area very close to the goalie. So if you commit a foul there, then the other player will receive a penalty kick, and it will just be him against the goalie, and he must kick the ball. I think it's approximately 10 meters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and this is why it's very dangerous, because you're so close to the goalie and no one can stop you. And so when fouls happen inside that special box, it's usually bad news for the goalie.
Yeah, of course. So this is what happens during a penalty kick, and well, basically you have no defenders, so it's just you, the goalie, and it can get, as you said, very complicated for the goalie. So all right, so we've taken a look at a lot of things on language takeaway. Let's move on now to 3 phrases on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, so this is a great word to describe how I felt last week when I watched the England versus America match. I thought it was a nerve-wracking game.
That's
okay?
right.
And we heard this in the dialogue, right?
Yeah, you said it was a very nerve-wracking game, or in the dialogue the guy said it's a very exciting and nerve-wracking sport. So if something's nerve-wracking, what does it mean?
Well, basically, if you break it down, nerves are those things in your body, in your skin, that make you feel. So if someone hurts you, you feel it because of your nerves. So something that is nerve-wracking makes you nervous. It makes you anxious. It makes you feel very sensitive.
That's right. So, of course, the sporting event is so exciting, and you're worried that your country or your team will lose, that you're very nervous and you're very excited, you're very anxious. A lot of things are going on.
Maybe you're sweating, maybe you're drinking a lot. You don't want to know. You don't want to see your team lose, and so you get very nervous.
That's right. And now, of course, if your team is in the World Cup, you are cheering on for your team, or you're cheering them on.
Okay, so this is an interesting phrase because maybe you've heard the word to cheer before, go team, go team.
Yeah.
This is cheering. But we often say, I want to cheer him on. Okay, so this on to me means like, I want to cheer him on to victory. I want to push them towards some goal. And so you hear this a lot. Let's cheer them on. Or he was really cheering me on. Made me feel good. And
Motivating you.
Motivating you. So to cheer someone on. Cheer them on.
All right. So obviously this is why we have cheerleaders, right? Girls that
Give me an A. Give me a B.
These are the girls or the group of girls that cheer teams on.
Or men too.
Or
I've
men.
seen male
Yes,
cheerleaders.
Yes, that's true. All right. And now when we talked about Brazil, they are the team with the most titles under their belt.
Okay, we're not talking about a real belt here, are we?
No.
No. Under your belt, or under their belt in this case, means that in their history, they have the most titles.
That's right. I think it may come from boxing or one of those sports where you actually wear a belt that says your title. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, sometimes a boxing belt will have various titles on the belt.
Right, the championship belts.
Yeah.
Because they wear it afterwards. I've never heard that before, but it does make sense. But the important thing to remember here is that it's not just sports. You could say he has 10 years of experience in marketing under his belt.
That's right.
That means he's good. I mean, he's experienced at marketing.
That's right. So that's right. As you said, you can use it for work experience. You can use it for titles in work, or maybe in education. You can say he's got 3 master's degrees under his belt.
Wow.
All right. So a lot of great stuff there. We've taken a look at a lot of vocab. So I think we should listen to our dialogue again, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? What am I doing? Don't you know what day it is?
No.
It's only the day when the world's biggest sporting event is kicking off.
What?
The World Cup. The first match is today. It's Mexico versus South Africa. It's going to be a really good match. Both teams have a very strong offense and have skilled players. I think that South Africa will probably dominate the first half since they are the host country and all.
I have no idea what you're talking about. The only sporting event we watch at home is the Super Bowl.
This is bigger than the Super Bowl, man. Teams from 32 countries compete against each other every 4 years and fight to win that trophy. They first start in a group stage with 8 groups, each group having 4 teams. The top 2 teams pass on to an elimination stage before going on to the semifinals and the quarterfinals.
Sounds interesting, but soccer doesn't really appeal to me.
Are you kidding? Over 700 million people watched the final match of the 2006 World Cup. It's a very exciting and nerve-wracking sport. Each nation is cheering on their team, hoping they will become the next champion. So far, Brazil is the team with the most titles under their belt. They're really good.
All I know about soccer is that you can't use your hands and that players are always falling down trying to get a free kick or penalty kick. It seems like a sissy sport to me.
Whatever. I'm going to go watch the opening match.
All right, so the World Cup, as we said, it gathers over 100 million people to watch the final in 2006. Now, this sport is not very popular in North America.
It's not, well, that's not totally true because Mexicans really follow football.
That's right. That's right.
But I think in America, in United States, it is one of the less popular sports. I was thinking the other day, maybe number 5 on our list of popular sports.
Maybe because, well, you have American football, the NFL, you have Major League Baseball, you have the NBA, you have the NHL, and I think maybe before soccer you probably either have golf or tennis before soccer. Even though the United States does have its own Major League Soccer.
Yep, MLS, Major League Soccer. And my hometown team is Chicago Fire, pretty good team.
I heard they're very good.
And the LA Galaxy, I think, is the other best team in the States.
That's right. Now, the United States did host the 1994 World Cup, and I think this is where a little bit of more interest started to come up, and I think Major League Soccer was formed prior to the World Cup in the United States.
That's right. Well, there's another part of it. I mean, as young people, as children, we almost all played soccer. I played soccer. I know a lot of my friends did as well. It's not popular everywhere, but a lot of people play it. And there's not really an audience for soccer in America once you're in the professional realm. And so the problem is when you pass college, you don't think of it as, the NBA, for example, because there's not as big of an audience. And so people just end up doing their normal jobs as opposed to being professional soccer players.
I think that has a big something to do with it, is the fact that there is not as much money in this sport professionally as, for example, the NBA
or prestige.
Exactly. Although this is the on the other hand, these players that do make it and they really want to play, they go abroad and they go play in the European leagues or something like that.
That's right. I think a lot of the American players who were playing the other day against England were playing against their teammates, because so many of the American team, the American national team, play in the English Premier League. It was really awkward.
Well, it's a really great sport, as I think it's one of the most popular sports in many other countries as well, because it's so easy. All you need is a ball, you need a group of people, you put 2 rocks, and you have a goal, and you start playing.
And that's probably why it's the most international sport, because it's very easy to set up. People all over the world love it, and hopefully one day the United States will kind of push it and
champion.
Yeah, well, I hope this year they'll become champions, but my fingers are definitely crossed, because who knows?
All right, so it's a really great topic. We want to know if your country is in the World Cup. Have you ever qualified for a World Cup? There are still many countries who haven't made it. Of course, it's a very small pool. 199 countries compete to qualify for the World Cup, and only 32 make it.
And you can also tell us who you're supporting. We won't judge.
That's right. So we're waiting for your comments at EnglishPod.com. We'll see everyone there.
Bye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
To officially begin something. Kick. A step in a process. Stage. Something only appropriate for girls or women. Sissy. Game. Match. One who provides services, etc., as for a convention. Host.
Let's try that faster.
A step in a process. Stage. Something only appropriate for girls or women. Sissy. To officially begin something. Kick. Game. Match. One who provides services, etc., as for a convention. Host.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Stage. There are several stages a team must go through in order to make the finals. Stage. This morning, I finally moved on to the next stage of my video game. Stage. If we start her on these medications, we can cure her because she is still only in the first stages of the illness. Kick. Today, we are kicking off a new line of cosmetics. Kick. At the opening ceremony, we will kick off the beginning of the weekend conference. Kick. The fundraiser's kickoff will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. Match. It's Spain versus Brazil in the final match. Match. I can't make it to the match today, but let me know how it goes. Match. This soccer match is going to be nerve-wracking because it is my school against our rival school across town. Host. The host country put on quite an elaborate show at the opening ceremonies. Host. The host school went wild when the home team won the championship. Host. I hardly got any time to speak to the host of the party because she was constantly running around and talking to the other guests. Sissy. I think soccer is a sissy sport. Sissy. That kid is such a sissy when his mom is around, but he's fine when she's gone. Sissy. The whole camping trip she was being such a sissy about having to sleep on the ground and not being able to shower.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and welcome everyone. Today we've got an elementary level lesson for you. It's all about sending things through the mail.
That's right. So maybe gifts, maybe letters. We're going to the post office, so why don't we jump right into this dialogue? Let's listen to it for the first time, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I would like to send this package to China, and these postcards as well.
Very well. You will need some stamps for the postcards, and I need to weigh that package too.
Great. How much is this going to cost?
Well, it depends. Do you want to send it via priority, express, or standard mail?
What's the difference?
Well, standard mail can take up to 15 working days. Priority is a bit faster and will arrive in about 5 to 8 working days. Express is the fastest, but it's also the most expensive. It only takes 3 days, and you can track your package online.
I see. Well, there's no rush. Please send it via priority mail. Please be extra careful. The contents of the package are fragile.
All right, so pretty simple dialogue. We want to send a package through the mail. So why don't we take a look at some of those mail-related terms in language takeaway?
Language takeaway.
All right, so the first item we're going to talk about in today's language takeaway is something you can send. It's called a postcard.
A postcard. Okay, so very popular among people who are traveling and they want to send a postcard back home.
That's right. So a postcard is something that you usually buy at a tourist destination like Walt Disney World, for example, and it has a picture on the front and some words on the back. So you can write a letter on the back of this picture.
So it's very simple. It's not really a letter. You don't put it in an envelope. You just write whatever you want on the back of the postcard, but you do have to put a stamp on it in order to send it.
That's right. So stamp is our next word. A stamp comes in different price ranges. That means that some stamps are more expensive than other stamps. This is like money for the mail.
So you have to buy the stamps, and in order to prove that you have paid for the letter that you want to send, you must place the stamps on the letter, on the envelope, or on the postcard, right? So depending on the size and weight, it costs more.
That's right. And usually you lick a stamp to place it on the card so it doesn't fall off.
True. That's right. You got to lick it. All right. So as we talked about, a package can be a letter, a postcard. You place stamps on it, and we need to weigh the package to know how much money we have to pay.
That's right. So sometimes a package is very heavy if it's filled with books, for example. Sometimes it's very light if it's filled with clothes or feathers. And so to find out how much something weighs, we have to weigh it. This is a verb.
Okay. So this is a verb, right? To weigh. So you want to know how many kilos or how many pounds this item has.
Right. So we could say, it weighs a lot, or how much do you weigh?
Okay.
Things like this.
Very good. All right, moving on. We have the different types of mailing speeds, I guess, right? So we saw 3. Via priority mail, express mail, or standard mail. So let's go in parts. Let's go with the first one. Via priority mail.
Priority is fast. It means priority is something that's important. So I have many priorities at work. This means they're important.
Very important. So this letter has a certain importance. It's a little bit more important than, for example, the other letters.
That's right. But express is the most important, the fastest. So something that's express is fast. Like an expressway is the fast highway. Express mail.
Okay, so express mail is the fastest. And now the normal, cheapest mail is standard mail.
Standard. So the word standard usually means the average or the normal mail. And in this case, it usually takes the longest.
Okay. So obviously, standard mail is the cheapest. Express mail is the most expensive because it's the fastest.
That's right. So we've got all of those speeds now. Let's listen again to today's dialogue and try and listen for the words we just talked about. And we'll be back in a moment to talk about some important phrases.
Hi, I would like to send this package to China and these postcards as well.
Very well. You will need some stamps for the postcards, and I need to weigh that package too.
Great. How much is this going to cost?
Well, it depends. Do you want to send it via priority, express, or standard mail?
What's the difference?
Well, standard mail can take up to 15 working days. Priority is a bit faster and will arrive in about 5 to 8 working days. Express is the fastest, but it's also the most expensive. It only takes 3 days, and you can track your package online.
I see. Well, there's no rush. Please send it via priority mail. Please be extra careful. The contents of the package are fragile.
All right, we're back. So now let's take a look at 3 key phrases on Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
All right. So the first phrase today is one that I like to use a lot. We say, it depends. Okay. How much is this going to cost? Well, it depends.
Okay. So the phrase could be, it depends. So it depends. When do you usually use this?
Okay, if you ask me a question, I can have one answer, but maybe there's another possible answer. For example, what are you going to wear tomorrow, Marco?
It depends if it rains or not.
Okay, it depends. If it rains, I will wear a raincoat. If it's sunny, I will wear a normal coat. So it depends means there is a situation or a circumstance that might change. And if it does, my answer will change.
Right. So it is a conditional. It depends. For example, I can ask you, what are you going to eat tonight?
It depends. If I exercise, I'm going to have a hamburger. And if I don't exercise, I'll have a salad.
Nice. Okay. So it depends. Now we have another phrase when they were talking about how long it's going to take to mail something. He said standard mail can take up to 15 working days. So we have this little phrase there, up to.
Up to. So up to, when you hear this, these two words together, that's an indication, it's a sign that we're talking about the maximum, the most. Okay, so tomorrow, the temperature might go up to 24 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so the temperature maximum will reach 24. It could be maybe 22, 21.
But not 25.
Not 25.
No, because up to means the top.
So you're usually dealing with numbers, right? For example, this coat can cost up to $150.
Wow, so the most I will spend is $150. So sometimes you have a number like this when we're talking about sending a package. We can send packages that weigh up to 10 kilos. Not more than 10 kilos, though.
Okay, very good. And now for our last phrase to close off the dialogue, the guy said, well, you know what? There's no rush. No rush. There's no rush.
Okay, well, the first word we want to look at here is the word rush. In this case, we're talking about sending a package and the postcard, right? So, does this person want it to arrive fast? He says, no, there's no rush. Let's send it standard. It's cheaper.
Okay, so maybe your friend is like, come on, we're going to be late. And you're like, no, there's no rush.
There's no rush.
1 hour.
We have 1 hour before the movie starts. Calm down.
Okay. So you're not in a hurry.
No, there's no rush. Slow down. It's okay. This is a good one to talk about with friends if you're working on a project at work. You say, listen, there's no rush. Take your time.
Okay. Very good. So let's go back to our dialogue. Let's listen to it for the very last time, and we'll be back in a bit.
Hi, I would like to send this package to China and these postcards as well.
Very well. You will need some stamps for the postcards, and I need to weigh that package too.
Great. How much is this going to cost?
Well, it depends. Do you want to send it via priority, express, or standard mail?
What's the difference?
Well, standard mail can take up to 15 working days. Priority is a bit faster and will arrive in about 5 to 8 working days. Express is the fastest, but it's also the most expensive. It only takes 3 days, and you can track your package online.
I see. Well, there's no rush. Please send it via priority mail. Please be extra careful. The contents of the package are fragile.
All right, we're back. So now, Catherine, do you usually send postcards when you are abroad, when you travel?
Yes, I love postcards. And actually, I have some friends who have an amazing postcard collection.
Oh, really?
But it's not normal postcards.
No, what type
They
of...
find the most ugly postcards, and they
Wow.
buy them,
Wow.
and they write silly notes, and they send them to themselves.
Oh, really? I have the tradition of always sending my parents and my grandparents a postcard when I'm abroad.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
So they
always.
have a collection of all of the places you've been.
Yeah. So all the time, wherever I am, the first thing that I try to do if I'm in a cool place, I send them a postcard. And sometimes if I'm in a country in various cities and there's some nice things in, for example, 2 or 3 cities, I'll send them 3 postcards.
That's awesome. So do they have a book at home with all of these postcards?
Yeah, they do. So I just send them a little thing, how I'm doing and how great it is and wish you could be here, little notes, and then they have all the collection. It's really cool because that way I've actually kept track a little bit of what year and what date I was in certain places.
Oh, wow. Well, it's also nice because postcards, you don't need to write a very long note. There's no space. You just write a short note. You say, hi, how's the weather? Miss you. Wish you were here.
Right. Okay, so that's all the time we have for today, but let us know if you've had any inconveniences at the post office. I actually had one once. I couldn't send batteries through the mail because
Really?
they have acid, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very difficult to send
Alkaline.
it. So maybe you've had a situation like this before. Let us know. EnglishPod.com. We'll see you guys there.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
To find the weight of something. Weigh. At least. Up to. Cost or require. Take. To be in a hurry. Rush. Easily broken or damaged. Fragile. Travelling through a place on the way to somewhere. Fire. To be treated as more important than something else. Priority. A service for carrying things faster than usual. Express. Usual or ordinary. Standard.
Let's try that faster.
At least. Up to. To be treated as more important than something else. Priority. Usual or ordinary. Standard. To be in a hurry. Rush. Easily broken or damaged. Fragile. A service for carrying things faster than usual. Express. To find the weight of something. Weigh. Cost or require. Take. Travelling through a place on the way to somewhere. Fire.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Weigh. I weighed myself this morning and was surprised to see that I had lost weight. Weigh. We need to weigh these suitcases to make sure they are not overweight. Weigh. My personal trainer says I should weigh myself every morning. Up to. You can be fined up to $100 for driving drunk. Up to. Lions can eat up to 50 pounds of meat per day. Up to. This car can go up to 300 miles on a single tank of fuel. Rush. I am in a rush. Can I call you back later? Rush. Don't worry, there is no rush. You can send me the reports tomorrow. Rush. If you got up earlier, you wouldn't be in such a rush in the mornings. Fragile. Ceramics are fragile and will break easily if dropped. Fragile. Newborn babies are very fragile, so you must be extra careful with them. Fragile. Be careful when you wash these wine glasses. They are fragile and could easily break. Take. How long is this going to take? Take. It can take 1 to 3 hours to get your car fixed. Take. It takes about 30 minutes to get to my office from my house.
Hello, English learners, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
How are you, Erica?
Marco, I'm doing really well today.
You excited?
We've got a great lesson for everyone.
Yes, we have a really common situation where we're going to use real English, right?
Yep, everyday English, English that people really use.
And that's what we want you to learn. What are we talking about today specifically?
Today we have a really common situation that is a little bit embarrassing.
All right, an embarrassing situation. So let's listen to the dialogue for the first time, and it's going to be kind of fast.
Yeah, but don't worry if you don't understand everything, because after 10 minutes, you'll understand everything.
Perfect. All right, let's listen.
Nick, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you live around here?
Actually, my office is right around the corner.
It was great to meet you last week at the conference. I really enjoyed our conversation about foreign investment.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry, but here's my card. We should definitely meet up again and continue our discussion.
Sure, you still have my contact details, right?
You know what? This is really embarrassing, but your name has just slipped my mind. Can you remind me?
Sure. My name is Anna Ferris. Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names, too.
Wow, Nick forgot her name.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times, and I'm going to tell you about it a little bit later.
Okay, all right, well, let's start with our 3 language takeaways.
Language takeaway.
So our first word on our language takeaway is in a bit of a hurry.
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 So Nick was in a hurry.
Yeah, that's right. This is a great phrase. So let's listen to 3 examples of how you can use this phrase.
Example 1.
Can you drive faster? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Example 2.
I can't talk right now. I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Example 3.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I'll check these files later.
Okay, so it's clear now. Basically, it means that you don't have time.
You're moving really quickly.
Okay, perfect. Now let's look at our second language takeaway word, and it's contact details.
Contact details.
Contact details.
Contact details.
So what are your contact details?
Basically, this is the information you can find on your business card.
All right, so we have like our name, our telephone number,
Your email address, perhaps your mobile phone number.
so all the useful information so people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so people can phone you or email you. Okay, so contact details.
Great. Okay, so our third word is slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
Slipped my mind.
So this is a funny phrase. It's kind of strange, right?
Yeah, slipped my mind. It sounds very weird.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we're going to listen to 2 examples of this phrase. Try and see if you can figure out what it means.
Example 1.
I'm sorry I forgot to respond to your email. It just slipped my mind.
Example 2.
Don't you know what day it is today?
Oh, it's your birthday. It completely slipped my mind.
So slipped my mind is like, I forgot.
You forgot something.
So,
Accidentally.
right.
Okay, great. Now it's time for putting it together.
Putting it together.
All right, Erica, why don't you tell our listeners what putting it together is?
Well, putting it together helps you put language together. It helps you be more fluent by knowing how words fit together.
Great, so let's look at our first phrase today, and it's around here.
Around here.
Around here.
Around here. So this is like close by.
Close
right?
by, right.
Yeah.
I can say, for example, is there a bank around here?
Yeah. So that's, is there a bank close to here?
Exactly.
Now, this phrase, around here, we can change it a little bit, and it means something a little bit different.
Right.
I could say, Marco, there's a great restaurant right around the corner.
Right. And that would mean there is a great restaurant on the other street.
Yep.
Or around the corner.
Yep.
Great. Or we have another example. We can say around there.
Around there.
Right. So, for example, I can say Los Angeles is a great city. I used to live around there.
So you used to live near Los Angeles.
Exactly.
All right.
It's a really good phrase, and it's really common.
Yeah. Now, our next phrase in putting it together is terrible with.
Terrible with.
Terrible with.
Terrible with. So we have a couple of examples that will show you how this phrase works.
Example 1. You're terrible with numbers. You can't even remember your own telephone number. Example 2.
I'm terrible with directions. I'm always getting lost.
Example 3. I'm terrible with faces. I can never remember what people look like.
Wow, I understand that. I'm also terrible with numbers. I can barely add 2 plus 2.
Well, yeah, I guess not everyone is a numbers person.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with faces. I sometimes forget what people look like.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I think it's time now for us to listen to our dialogue a second time.
Okay, this time the dialogue will be a little bit slower.
Right.
So try and listen for some of the words we've just talked about.
Nick, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you live around here?
Actually, my office is right around the corner.
It was great to meet you last week at the conference. I really enjoyed our conversation about foreign investment.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry, but here's my card. We should definitely meet up again and continue our discussion.
Sure. You still have my contact details, right?
You know what? This is really embarrassing, but your name has just slipped my mind. Can you remind me?
Sure. My name is Anna Ferris. Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names, too.
So it's more clear now. You can understand a lot better, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Great. So now it's time for us to take a look at Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So with Fluency Builder, we take some very simple phrases and show you how you can be more fluent or how you can
Sound more native.
Yeah.
Great. In the beginning of the dialogue, Anna said, Nick, how's it going?
Yeah, this is a great phrase. It sounds really, really natural. You know, sometimes I hear students say, how are you?
Or how are you doing?
Those are 2 great phrases, but this one sounds really, really natural.
It just sounds more casual.
Yeah, let's listen again to that phrase from the dialogue.
How's it going? How's it going?
Great. So next time that you find a friend on the street, you can just say, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. So Marco, have you ever forgotten someone's name?
Yeah, it's happened to me a couple of times. And actually, the most embarrassing situation was that I forgot a family member's name.
A
Yeah.
family member's name.
We had like a family reunion, and there were a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins that I hadn't seen in a while, and I just forgot one of my uncle's names, and I was...
Uh-oh, that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah,
So what did you do?
Well, I had to ask one of my other cousins. I'm like, hey, who is that guy? He's like, oh, that's Uncle John. I'm like, oh, man, I totally forgot. Yeah, so it was really embarrassing because I didn't know what to call him, so I just called him Uncle because I didn't know his name.
Hi, Uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So when that happens to me, when I'm in a business setting, sometimes what I do is I ask for someone's card.
Ah, yeah, that's the good technique.
Yeah, or sometimes I might ask them to write down their email. Because usually their full name is spelled out in their email address. So that's my trick when I've forgotten someone's name.
That's a good trick, and I guess a lot of our listeners can take your advice on that.
Okay, so I think it's time for us to listen to our dialogue one more time, this time at natural speed.
Nick, how's it going?
Oh, hey.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you live around here?
Actually, my office is right around the corner.
It was great to meet you last week at the conference. I really enjoyed our conversation about foreign investment.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You know, I'm in a bit of a hurry, but here's my card. We should definitely meet up again and continue our discussion.
Sure, you still have my contact details, right?
You know what? This is really embarrassing, but your name has just slipped my mind. Can you remind me?
Sure. My name is Anna Ferris. Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names, too.
Well, I hope that you've all enjoyed our lesson for today. And remember to check out our website at englishpod.com,
where you can find a lot of other resources and you can leave all your questions and comments.
Yeah, Marco and I are always on the site, so we're happy to answer all of your questions.
Exactly. So now it's time for us to say
goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
How are you?
How's it going?
Close to here.
Around here.
On the next street.
Around the corner.
Moving quickly. Having no time.
In a bit of a hurry.
Information required to contact someone. For example, telephone number, email address.
Contact details.
Been forgotten.
Slip my mind.
Bad at.
Terrible with.
Close to there.
Around there.
To know and remember someone or something you have seen before.
To recognize.
Someone you know, but who is not a close friend.
Acquaintance.
Move quickly. Not have much time.
In a rush.
Forgetting things easily.
Forgetful. Let's try that faster.
Bad at.
Terrible with.
Forgetting things easily.
Forgetful.
To know and remember someone or something you have seen before.
To recognize.
Close to there.
Around there.
Moving quickly. Having no time.
In a bit of a hurry.
Close to here.
Around here.
Move quickly. Not have much time.
In a rush.
How are you?
How's it going?
On the next street.
Around the corner.
Information required to contact someone. For example, telephone number, email address.
Contact details.
Someone you know, but who is not a close friend.
Acquaintance.
Been forgotten.
Slip my mind. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Around here. Excuse me, is there a bakery around here? Around here. Did I leave my keys somewhere around here? Around here. There is a really good restaurant right around here. If you are looking for a bank, there is one right around the corner. You can find a parking space right around the corner. There used to be a supermarket right around the corner, but it went out of business. I'm in a bit of a hurry now, so I will talk to you later. His wife was having a baby, so he was in a bit of a hurry. Can you drive faster? I'm in a bit of a hurry. Contact details. Isabel, do you have the contact details of our internet service provider? Contact details. Here is my card with all my contact details. Contact details. I don't have your contact details. Slip my mind. I'm sorry I forgot to respond to your email. It just slipped my mind. Slip my mind. I forgot I had a dentist appointment this afternoon. It must have slipped my mind. Slip my mind. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday. It completely slipped my mind. Terrible with. I always make mistakes with the budget. I'm terrible with numbers. Terrible with. I am terrible with directions. I always get lost. Terrible with. Every time I turn on the computer, something happens. I'm terrible with technology.